My love of horse racing first began when I was only a kid, but that was purely down to my dad. I'd play football on a Saturday morning. My dad would stop off at the bookies on the way home. My dad would be cheering on his horses that he put 50p on earlier on in the day, and I'd be sat with him, you know, watching what he was doing, and that's where it really started. And then I started getting an interest in jockeys, trainers, who's successful, and my interest started from there.
I had a French sister-in-law whose family had a racing stables in Chantilly next to Boussac, and I went over there with my family, and they were racing in Chantilly, and we went, and there was a horse named after my cat, and it came in. I've never quite known what we won because I was quite little, but it probably paid for a holiday. And so after that, I always had a huge love for racing.
Well, it's the people's race, isn't it? It catches the imagination. There's so much history and romance to do with the National. I can remember, I'm old enough to remember Red Rum, those amazing 3 wins. And just, you know, it was such an astonishing horse, and Bob Champion on Aldeniti.
I suppose it's more memorable than favourite, but I was at the Grand National when the bomb scare happened. It was very surreal because we were all ushered off. I got separated from my friends and got rescued by Stan Boardman, who was entertaining the crowd as we all shuffled along. And Stan, like a true gent, took me all the way home.
My favourite Grand National memory is a bit bittersweet. I don't know how we always got home games on the Saturday and kicked off at 11 o'clock so we could all come to the Grand National. At the end of the Grand National, as we were walking from one of the boxes, I decided to have a bet with Alan Hansen as to who could run quicker. So me and Alan Hansen went onto the track, and of course loads of fans were watching me and Alan Hansen have a race just down there, actually, to one of those fences. That was a nice memory, but unfortunately halfway through I pulled my hamstring, and I think I was out injured for about a month after. So I don't think Kenny forgave me for that.
The year that Amberley House won it, owned by John Halewood, who really, his life was built upon getting a Grand National winner, and to be in the box with him when it actually won for him was fantastic, and it was great to be there, and it was a privilege to be there and share it with him.
I'm such a great fan of the National. I don't think there's a bigger fan of the National than me. I remember 2012 when Neptune Calange won the Grey Horse. I love greys. I'm a grey supremacist, by the way.
Following Tony McCoy's, you know, career and everything that he did, winning virtually every race multiple times, where there was one monkey on his back. I don't care whether you like racing or not, that moment to see someone at the absolute top of their game that has done everything in the sport win the big one was a moment that obviously was unbelievable for him. But I think the whole country, whole world probably looked at that and thought he deserved that one.
Well, I'm sitting here in the Peter O'Sullivan room in the Sydney Arms. By the time he retired in '97, Peter had commentated on 50 Grand Nationals, and somebody asked him if he could remember all of them. And he said, well, you know, I can remember every one as if it was yesterday. Trouble is, I can't remember yesterday.
It's part of the sporting calendar for the people of Liverpool. Everyone's got a story to tell about the Grand National, and it's a fantastic event that's growing in strength every year.
I think the Grand National means so many different things. I mean, obviously it's celebrating horse racing and the amazing course that we've got, but I think it brings so many more elements to it. The amount of people that come and visit Liverpool and get to see what Liverpool as a whole can showcase.
It's the pride in how extraordinary it is. It's the history of it. It belongs to us.
The Grand National is one of them events which people have in their calendar year after year. I think the fact that it's been part of the culture and history of Liverpool for 180 years, everyone always has a story, everybody always has a first memory, and it's not just the people of Liverpool, not just the people in the UK, but people across the world.
Apart from the 2 football clubs, the Grand National is what Liverpool's all about.
It's a wonderful race, and I think everybody loves to have a piece of the National.